So welcome to the making of my second album, Chapter 2. I've been meaning to make this video for a very long time. I don't really know where to begin, so I'll try by reading off my my things. Emotionally, it's obviously it's a story. It continues the story of being agoraphobic and having anxiety, which is what a lot of my life, all of my life, is about really. And it's an attempt to express that, express fear, to express losing friends and time, moving on, aging and all that stuff. All the pretty morbid stuff. But in comparison to Chapter 1, it's a far more sparkly. I wanted to go for a blue and red kind of sound, hence the front cover, which I don't know if it's the best cover. I do regret the cover in a way, but I like the blue and the redness of it. That was the way it's meant to be. Chapter 1 was more of a dank, muddy, swampy colour in sound, and I wanted something sparkly, wizardy, fantasy, very complex. I wanted it to demonstrate musicality, musicianship. 24 chords in a row, different chords in Truth Be Told, things like that.
Hello Dan.
Or Truth Be Told. Hello.
Making the album Chapter 2.
Slicky voice. do it again in American.
This is Making the Album Chapter 2, Daniel Wilson, Chalcedony.
Chalcedony.
This is Chris Wilson, Chalcedony's brother. I'm his drum tech, so what we got, he's got a shitload of toms and it's fucking annoying. Lots and lots of toms. We've got these PG56s, they're clip-ons. They're a bit shit, but that's all we can afford. Got lots of these, look. Right, snare, we just got an SM57. We haven't got it too close. Sounds better when it's a little bit far away. Okay, the kick drum, we've got the, I can't see it, we got the kind of big microphone that comes with the Shure set there. It's about halfway in, slightly to the side, to get rid of the sudden air rush of the beta, and it sounds okay. We got a separate hi-hat mic. We got the AKG C1000, and it's in that position because that's the only position we can put it in because it's got so many fucking cymbals. We've got the Shure PG81s as overheads. Yeah, they're a bit cramped, but as you can see, we've got this shitty loft. We haven't got a hall. It's a bit cramped, and it just sounds shit in this loft, to be honest. But this is where the overheads can be. This is the only way we can put them. You have to actually measure from the overhead to the snare. That distance has to be the same as that, otherwise you get a little delay thing going across. It's a bit shit. And that's basically it. And we don't use Apple Macs or any shit like that. We just got a typical Dell, a bog standard like 500 quid computer. It's very simple, but we get by. We know what we're doing and we're good at this shit. Look. We got a mixer here. What we got, is we got all 6 of the toms going into a mixer here, just a bit of EQ, and then that comes as a subgroup, as a stereo group, which comes into here, so we don't fill it all up. But basically, this thing does 8 tracks at the same time and keeps them separate afterwards for mixing down. Kick, snare, that's the toms that I was talking about. So you just got 2 for the toms instead of 6. And we got the overheads and a hi-hat, and that's it. It's so basic, but it works. We don't use any complicated stuff, software. We just use Cable. It's a bit shit and old, but it does the trick.
I have people on the internet saying, use Audacity, use it, and I just go, no, I don't think I'm going to do that.
No, people think we use amazing stuff, we've got all this amazing equipment, but it's not, it's just your bog standard shit that you get.
We don't use Fruity Loops either.
No one has money.
Truth Be Told is about complexity and musicianship and beautiful words and stuff like that. It's about so many different things I can't even begin to explain it. Regine is Mark Corrigan for remember. Mark Corrigan being a language I wrote over many years, and it's about a lover and a friend, and it's telling them to remember what remember is. And it's also about the Worth Way and the times we had there, and the desire to save the Worth Way from being built on by hundreds or thousands of houses which anybody from my town knows is they're constantly trying to do it, and maybe one day they will succeed, because it's one of my favourite places of all time.
Shadows are here to pull me under. I'm free just for now.
I thought about doing a music video for Regine in the woods, but then so many other videos are in the woods, and other videos from chapter 3 are probably going to have to be in the woods, so I didn't want to overdo the woods, and it's a long song, it's like 11 minutes or 9 minutes or something, and there wasn't really much I could do. Maybe I could film those people building in the dog fields. That's kind of what I envisioned. It'd be more of a protesty, Greenpeacey kind of looking video. Nah, truth be told, I thought about a video too, but no, too complicated again, 10-minute song or something.
Go.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's how the whole mayor thing started.
You know it was funny, they overdo.
I'm sorry, Jamie, you're funny.
I don't particularly like them myself.
Let's just do the best.
I've done this.
Hey boy.
This is so surreal.
Go.
Do what?
Sum yourself up as the drummer. Solo. Go.
India is actually not about the country India, it's about a girl called India from America, who I used to fancy. I met her online. I met a lot of people online, well, not in person. I don't even know what she's doing now. I don't even think she's ever heard the song. It did have a lot of words to it, very sexual words, very, it was all about fetishes and stuff, but I couldn't really quite finish the words and get them sounding not cheesy, so I thought, fuck it, make it an instrumental and forget about the words. So there are words out there, some pretty cool words, but I thought no, it would, you know, it's a 7/4 beat, you know, stick with the beat, make it an instrumental.
I want a coat that says Team Dano on the back. Seriously.
You need to do your coat up, your crews and stuff.
Yes, we are part of Team Dano. Look, we're crew. Look. The Shirker. I remember where we got that.
Yeah, we could get in the car and go to it, but Dad doesn't really remember where it is.
Look at that, cool mum.
Look at the quality of that, Dad. Looks like a Nightwish video. Blood from Stone is about a friend who sort of is going in the wrong direction, drinks too much, flirts too much, sets the promises and then breaks the promises, and the next day does the same thing, and the next and the next. I was thinking about doing a video for it. In fact, I wanted it to be the most commercial song. Actually, not that any of the songs were very commercial, and I wanted to do a video, and I still might do it actually, of sort of following the character moving around the you know, the clubs and the pubs or something, and in the end they get drunk and they're in a gutter. I had a few ideas for that, but I didn't do it in the end. The Angel is obviously a song about myself, saying that, you know, what if you knew, because, you know, I used to predict a lot of things and people would laugh or moan at me, and then when it happened they wouldn't turn around and say, oh, you were right, oh, I'm really sorry. Instead they would blame me, because if I knew it happened, then I must have been the one that made it happen, even if it was by magical means. So even if they don't believe in magic, people still blame magic. It's strange. People will blame anything, and it's about predicting a lot of the way the video was made actually ended up being the prediction itself in the script.
Okay, go. Use your hands. Tell them about the car. Tell them about the car. There was going to be a car.
There's going to be a car. I knew there was going to be a car.
I'm fine.
But I knew there was going to be. I know you're fine, but you can't predict.
It's coming from over there, over there.
It's so frustrating that people don't understand.
Look, it's fine. It's fine. Just keep your hands off me. I don't know.
Walk away, Matt. Walk away.
It was really good working with Matt and Pete and Justin and all the other people that were involved. It was the first time I'd ever had a proper big team of people, because most of the videos I do are usually on my own, completely on my own on a tripod, or if I'm lucky, with Chris, who's usually filming me, and that's it. And Ben and I was Jamie or Seth, I don't think, or Ruth, but never really at the same time. It was always just, right, whoever's around, go and we'll film a bit. But the Angel was really good because we did most of it in just 2 or 3 days. Especially one day we did a lot of the house, and then we got in the car and we went straight to the factory estate. We did the final bit. I really rushed, but I liked it, and I chose not to be in it. Apart from the cameo thing, I was not in it. I said to Matt, you're gonna be me. You're gonna play me. We're gonna have a different face, because then I can concentrate on filming and learn a bit more and get it just how I want, instead of wearing a dress and telling people to film me, which is just a nightmare.
A little too casual, I think.
Yeah, try again.
You know, and asking if I'm in frame, and especially when people don't know how to film, and you know, they're your friend and it's great, but they don't know how to film, and if I film, nobody's to blame.
Okay. I wanted to talk to you about was this, and it might freak you out a bit too much because you're acting like you probably don't really want to. You know, I might be saying a bit too much, and I don't want to freak you out. I was just saying, you understand what I'm saying, blah blah blah, because I love it when blah blah blah.
Get back in the conversation again.
Let's try it again then.
Yeah.
Hit it.
Yeah, you know, I am really interested. I really am.
You are interested.
Yeah,
I
really, anything that you have to do.
But it's
Use your
really
hands, yes.
It's really important that you understand what I mean, because this is quite deep, but I need you to understand. It's really important for me.
Okay, Matt, look wide. Put your head in your hands, and Justin, look up at him. Look up at him. Okay.
And that video, I think, worked out really, really well, and I got a real buzz from it. And it's the first time I'd ever used the new camera. Yeah, it's just strange how that film turned out. I want to do more things like that.
Yeah. Now turn to look at me a little bit more. That's it, man. Yeah. Look up. Okay, now rip everything down. Rip everything down. Look at it. Keep looking at it. Is that it? Is that the one? Is that the one there? No, that's not the one. What about that one there? No. That's the one. That's the one. No, wait, that's the one. That's the one. Is that the one? Now stand up. Now grab your jacket quickly and put it on as fucking quickly as you can, man. And run, get out of there, get out, go, and don't come back, don't come back, that's it.
Pandora's Box was a drum solo. It was an excuse. It was called drumsolo.work, or MIDI, whatever. It was made for a bit of a joke at first, but a lot of the songs are made as a joke or as a test, and I scrap them for 5 to 10 years and just go, scrappy MIDI, tacky. You all know what the default MIDI sounds sound like. And then they resurrect them and you think, you know what, maybe I could get something out of that if I made the instruments sound better. And it was a drum solo. the video was very interesting to make. It was all done behind me in this very cramped loft, as everything's done. It was actually done where the drums are now, but 90 degrees, so facing that way. And to do by the other side, you know, that was behind the drums. In front of the drums, I had to actually pick up the whole rack, the whole drum kit, turn it around 180 degrees, and film again. I had 2 cameras. They weren't good cameras, and their lenses were not a wide angle at all, which for this loft is the absolute opposite of what you need. So I could never get the whole kit top view in frame, which is, if I ever did a sequel, I can. I spent hundreds of pounds on lights. It's the most expensive video I've ever done, actually. And I had 14 different camera angles in the end. I did like 7 takes. I did way too many takes, and I didn't mime it very well. My performance as an actor was not very good, or as a mimer. But it was a lot of fun, and it really did seem like I was in another world. The tunnel I crawl through in the beginning is actually a soprano saxophone, and the tunnel I walk out on is a wooden beam with like a He-Man gun type thing, blue tacked on the end over, I think, an Indian motorcycle exhaust pipe or something exhausty, and it was just all, well, it's not CGI, it was all models and stuff, so that was interesting, that was something different. And the lightning and everything, it was, I know it's cheesy and a bit tacky, but for what it was, I used a lot of black screen, a little tiny bit of blue screen. Again, there's no width or anything to do that in this loft. The only thing about Pandora's Box I didn't like is the end. Most of my videos always have a climax at the end, they always have a twist. They always have a oh my god factor at the end, or at least I try to make it do that. Pandora's Box didn't. It actually had the beginning was the best, and then it did the solo, and that was it. The idea was that he's a cyber hacker that was trying to hack into Pandora's Box, so it's like a science fiction version of it. Or he's trying to hack into a computer, and he accidentally logged into that one, and he couldn't log out unless he played the right combination of drums and cymbals. He didn't know what the combination was, so he went ballistic and did a drum solo. It's quite a funny concept, so I stuck to be continued at the end. Which means one day I have to continue it, and I'd love to do it. I'd love to put the outfit on and get the drums like that again in HD this time, far better with sliders and all sorts of better stuff. But I don't really know what I would do to sort of top that as a solo. I'd have to build a set and have more of a story, and then it would also have to be a song worthy of being on the CD without a video. So I've got to work out how to do that. That's something in the can for another day.
Camera 1. Boo, it's me.
Take 3 camera 2. Lights, yep, music. I'm gonna sneak up to the drums. I'm gonna walk up to them.
Dan's put a saxophone together.
Camera off.
Ah! Yeah, I have to do it, Dan. Sorry. Merry Christmas from Sky. This is the best riff in the world. Oh!
I'm Canadian Mike.
But you got to cut that bit out. This was the final riff that we came up with for this podcast.
Actually, I did want to do. I wanted really low shit for that bit.
There he is, the man himself.
This music sucks.
What are we doing?
What do you think, Mr. Lucas?
We are inspecting some guitars from song 2. No guitars in this bit.
What? Okay, fine.
You know, it's the toms are in tune with the kettles.
It would be amazing to solo to that.
Maybe you could. What do you reckon, Chris? Turn the whole thing into a guitar solo. Do you reckon you could do that? Last that long?
Maybe not.
It'll be your voice. You said you like the guitar. You get used to the chords. And in the end, it could just build up more and more, couldn't it?
Dan's gonna climb up a mountain. That is all.
People that talk like that still bite.
Did you get it? Did I walk past?
So he's just threatened to take the front wheel.
You said what?
He said, I'll take that front wheel.
Really?
Yeah, because you've got quick
Fucking
release.
chaps.
You can just take your front wheel. The video Final Love took over 5 years to film. The opening scene of me sitting in the woods on a bench is the same shot many years later of me sitting on that same bench in a winter, and it wasn't later that winter, it was many years later. It was very epic. It's an 18-minute song. The song itself is about it's about predicting. It's almost about predicting like a nervous breakdown or a change in life, and yet I jinxed myself, or as I say, I doomed myself. It's about, you know, getting over a girl and then having a breakdown, but it's also about abusing alcohol, I guess, because I didn't used to drink vodka when I wrote that song, or when I was filming that song I didn't drink vodka. But in the script, in the screenplay, I wrote, oh, sips vodka from a cup. And then I got into vodka in reality. And then in the video I sort of cough on the vodka and it destroys me and everything goes red and dark and I run away and I have to hide away again. And the vodka did actually get me. It gave me gastritis and I can't drink again, and it made my quality of life very poor. So I actually almost jinxed myself with that video with many different things. I sort of predicted my own death in a way, again, which is so many videos about me dying. Ben and I die. Final Love is almost a sequel to Ben and I. But yeah, it took 5 years to shoot. Most of it was shot on a tripod by myself, walking around the graveyard, in the woods, looking at the little cross, walking on the bench, you know, on all the bits, all the still shots, or even slightly moving shots, because I used a bit of a trick so I could move it a little bit, but even though I had a tripod. I just went out on my own just a couple of times a year and just filmed a bit of this and that, and it took so many years to edit. They all do. It usually takes so long to edit. The St. Swithin's one, I had a friend going with me, had Louise going with me, and the church, but we had to really rush there before we got busted, to be honest, because churches and playing pianos don't mix. might turn the lights on as well, a bit of a dark shot. But the end was filmed on a better, the rain scene was this better camera, so it overlapped that era of cameras. And that was a great scene. That wasn't raining, obviously. I wanted light, so we filmed it on a sunny day, and I got my dad to spray a hose on us, which was pretty funny. Very cold, far colder than rain. Me and Louise did quite a few of the shots actually when she was around. She probably did most of them. She sort of played that part. She played the part of somebody else. She played the part of the same girl that Ben and I was about. I tried to get the same girl, but I think she was either not allowed to because of a boyfriend or something, or didn't want to, but I really wanted to get the same girl to play that part. And then there was another girl I wanted to get that looked just like that girl, and I said, "Oh, can you play this part, because you look just like this other girl, but her boyfriend won't let her play the part for some reason. He's a bit controlling or something." And then this girl's boyfriend came along and started threatening me. So the irony was both of their boyfriends were completely, wouldn't allow it to happen. So both those girls couldn't get them to play the part. It's a shame, because I liked the look of the girl in Ben and I. But Louise was cool. I mean, there's a song about Louise on chapter 3 now. So I did say I'd owe her a song. Do I look alright through there? Yeah. Don't know how accurate you have to mime with piano. I know with drums, if it's split second out, you look completely false. You come to the prayer meeting? Yeah, I'm just quickly finishing off a couple of minutes of I've made a music video, and there's a bit where I walk into a church and play on the piano. So. Wrong Again. Well, Wrong Again. What's it about? It's about I get a lot of my songs from dreams. I wake up and I've got the notes in my head, and I write the notes, all the words down, and I got the chorus for that in a dream. And a lot of what happens in the video with the head paint mark with head, whatever. It was based on a dream, and me and Chris went and we filmed it in like 2 or 3 days, and we edited it in 2 or 3 days, and we said, let's just make a video really fast and quite commercial and just make it good, and you can be in it and you can play guitar. What did we just do then? Commentary?
We're shooting the music video for Wrong Again, and the little party poppers are really shit because... No, Chewy, don't, no! And yeah, like shiny shit.
We'll take them home and we'll use them for something.
Anyway, while we're here, should we just pick up these other people's rubbish and stuff, you know, because we're just so nice.
Have you got a bag?
No.
And it just worked really well. I was very skinnier than I am now. I don't like the way I looked in the video. That's when I had the gastritis. That's when I wasn't well. Well, I never am well. I'm not well now. But that's when, you know, I was skinnier. And it was either the show must go on, do the video, or don't because of the way I look. A couple of people have commented, well, maybe one, but not many people comment about it. But it's a good video, so hopefully they'll look past that. And it's nice quality as well. Sort of marks, you know, the era of new quality.
Do you know Caceres is a bastard, but he's amazing. Not as amazing as Dan, though.
But it's about the end of the world. It's about gender identity. It's about, you know, people in this world are talking about how you can't be gay, or, you know, homophobia and all that crap, and how men can't dress as women otherwise it's gay, and how men beat up men, and all these things. I could go on and I could make YouTube rants about it till the cows come home, really. I could talk about how I'm against it, but what can I really do to stop it? I don't know. Maybe write good music, maybe people be inspired by it, but how's that going to stop it? But it's about, if the world ended, then society ends with it. So all this society fashion, it all goes. And in this dream it's very bizarre, because there were these sort of almost chavvy like men, but they fancied me because they didn't care, because society didn't say they couldn't be gay. And although we lost everything, we were free, and that's what it was about. You actually have freedom when you lose everything. I thought that was quite powerful. So that's what happens at the end. And we shot that video, and I think it worked pretty well.
Because your music's too difficult.
Yeah.
I'm not good enough, I just can't do it. As I just said to Mum, it's easier to just put the guitar down and go out for a fag.
So yeah, we can do song 2 with only 6 strings, yeah?
What I'd like you to do, yeah, okay, I haven't got the backing track of song 2, we need to construct it again.
Yeah,
Give me all the bass
I was gonna
guitars
get
separate.
that. I was gonna get the orchestra.
I need the drums, the bass guitar,
Yeah.
and the orchestras all separate, yeah, so I can listen to each one and think, oh, I'm going to follow that. So for inspiration, otherwise I can't do it.
Yeah, I was gonna I was gonna load the orchestras today because they're like on a bundle file on my hard drive, so I need them so that I can start doing stuff as well.
Cool. Okay, Dan, construct me song 2, and I'll build you your guitar. I'm getting divorced.
Fucking hell.
Cut that bit out.
Mechanical Wind. Mechanical Wind is about, well, the Mechanical Wind itself is actually the King Centre fan. We went there and we filmed the actual King Centre fan where we used to sit there. I remember once there was a girl that I was dating, or, well, we'd just split up with her, and I was going through the phase of wanting her back. Like the usual reaction for a lot of men, you'll understand, is as soon as somebody dumps you, you try and get them back. You don't think if you actually want them back or not, you don't think it was the right thing. But if you lose something, your reaction is to reach out. If you drop something, your reaction is to reach out and try it and catch it. You don't have time to think about whether, you know, you should let it go or not. So I did that, and it was her birthday, and we were going to go to this club, or I was going to go on a pub crawl, and I was dreading this day. But at the same time, I was sort of just seeing this other girl, and it was a really nice girl, really bubbly girl. And I had to make this decision, I had to make this choice. Do I go in and follow my ex, have a night of pain and suffering, probably have her turn on me, which she did, and in the end I had to go anyway. Or do I abandon that and go with a new girl who's far better? And although the decision seems very easy, it's not. Because I knew that if I didn't go with the ex, I would never know what happened, and it would sort of... I was very paranoid then about it. I'd built up to that sort of stage. So I remember afterwards we sat by the King Centre fan. My friend was there, she lit a candle. Seth was there with his friends. They had a moving picture, they had a video camera. They were doing their jack shit stuff where they did crazy stunts. And there was a candle and a mechanical wind. That's what the sound of the fan was. So we sampled it. We went there and we sampled it.
Okay, great. Just film me. You filming? You that Chalcedony bloke, you're fucking freaks. You can't write music to save your life. Music's all like, oh dear.
And it's like, in the end, I actually lost both girls because of that night. I obviously I'd already lost the ex, and the next one, although she did meet me in the end, I think I'd put her off because I wasn't over my ex. So I'd lost both. And the whole heart is a stone thing is like, one person always has the power to hurt you more than everybody else. And when that person loses that power, somebody else grabs that magical stone, that magical power, and somebody else has that power, and it always overlaps into somebody else. Somebody always has more power than somebody else. And it's almost like she took that stone from me, hurt me a little bit, and I don't know, I got over it. I got over it quite quickly. So maybe she helped me with that. It's not the first time it's happened either. I probably missed out a few songs. Pulse. Pulse is 2 songs. It's called The Laughing Nymphs, which is 30 seconds long. And then it's Pulse. Laughing Nymphs, well, 30 seconds long. What if somebody paid $1 for that on iTunes? They probably wouldn't be happy with 30 seconds. So I thought, I'll join it together to Pulse. That's the main reason I did it, actually. Oh, and the crossovers, people don't listen to CDs and their CD players jolt. So I wanted it to blend in perfectly, so it's better to do it as one track.
So fucking shit.
Cut.
Okay. Right. Now? My brother is he's the most important person in my life. Always has been. And he's the one that helps me do this music. He helps me usually with the drum recording, and he plays the guitars. He's been recording. He's got more recording experience than me, although I have caught up and took an alternative approach to it. And unfortunately, he sort of buggered off for a while. He got married, and it didn't go very well. And there was a lot of stress. And the thing is he was distracted on chapter 1 as well, so it's the same thing really. And it took a very long time to do the guitars, and his heart was in it, but you know, there were problems. In the end we did it, in the end we pulled it off, and he sort of said, you know, when you do chapter 3, I want to get more involved this time. Which is why chapter 2's drums have no slip edits. They have no edits at all. Although it's recorded in quite large sections, there are no edits at all. Everything is exactly, there's no quantizing, there's no shifting in beat. Because I didn't know how to do it, and he wasn't around to do it. But to be honest, I don't really care. I like the way they sound. Yeah, and there's mixing and mastering. I remember one birthday party we took a little drum kit down the woods and we played it with a little mini guitar amp. We had a little jam. But once you get there you think, what am I going to play? That was quite fun. That was a lot of fun. It's always tradition to go down the woods on my birthday with a group of people, make tables, people get their food. I don't usually eat there, but people bring their food, have a bit of a laugh, sit around the fire. It's the most beautiful place in the world really. So yeah, I love going down the woods. You can film down the woods, you can dress up down the woods. There's no curfew, there's no police, there's no bad guys. I don't think there are anyway. And it's just the sound and the smell of it and everything. So a lot of my music is about the woods, or set in the woods, or about a story that was once something to do with the woods.
It does me in, it's so complicated. Right, left, right, stereo 2, stereo 3,
Time.
left, right, yeah, that should be cool. What do you want to do, play? Just do a general test.
Delve into the ways of the greater days you live. Turn taking to give and cherish all your loved ones too.
Me and Chris have a bit of a... We agree on most things, but we have slight different artistic differences. He's more. He's a tighter player. He's more reliable. Obviously, he hasn't got my problems. My problems make me very unreliable because I don't know how I'm going to feel on that day or on that hour. So I can't commit to things. I want to, but I find it very hard to say, right, we'll do it, to plan something, because I could wake up and feel like crap. So he's more reliable, and he does a very solid job on everything. But sometimes he doesn't like to take risks. He's, I don't know if the word is conservative, it's probably a bit insulting. Me, I'm more crazy about it and like to break away from the mould. And it's all over the place. Drunken master, even my drumming, it's apart from in the studio where I play as tight as possible, I don't risk any tricks in the studio. But live, jam night for example, I just go ballistic and I try to use this the drunken master technique, the Dano drunken master technique, I think. To be loose, not to play out a beat, but just to be loose. But I'm a purist. I'm much more of a purist than Chris, and he believes that auto-tune is okay in moderation, and I don't, because I mean, if I get desperate and I can't sing anymore, maybe I'll use it. Because everybody else is using it, you think, why not? If all these famous people are using disgusting amounts of auto-tune and everybody's buying their albums and they love them, why shouldn't I use it? Why shouldn't I just join them? Nobody's going to know if we use it properly. I'm not talking about the snap to grid one, but if you do it manually and you get it just right. But for me, it's all about principle. I think this. I believe that the process of making art is an important part of the story it tells. So as you make art, the way you made it and what you did and what you went through to create it is actually really part of the story it tells, not just the story that it's about in the first place. So the principle is, you know, do you use auto-tune or not? No. So what you're hearing is trivia, it's facts. What you're hearing is all real, there's nothing tweaked. There were I'm not saying I'm a great singer, because I'm not a great singer at all. I'm only good at singing me. I'm not an impressionist, and I'm definitely not an X Factor singer, definitely not a pop singer. You know, I can't do all those weird techniques. But I've got my own technique. I'm a very theatrical singer, I think. I'm very much into things like Aladdin and Disney and all that sort of stuff. I love the dynamics. But I don't want to use auto-tune because I like the imperfections. I like the way it sounds a little bit off. I don't know. Yeah.
The solo on song 2, which I'm going to spend time make amazing. Yeah, it's done. There's no more guitars, and you're saying there's more. Come on, tell me. Talk to me.
Oh no, I don't know. So yeah, it could be nearly done. The guitars. Wow.
Yeah.
Which means it's all my fault for not having the vocals ready.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So it's 2011, yeah, and I started doing the guitars just before I got married, yeah.
Yep.
3 years ago.
Yeah, more than that.
Okay, no, it's about 3 years ago. I started doing song 5, and I did 1, I think, and now I'm nearly done, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's been 3 years in the making for me. And how long has this been for you?
Over 5 years.
Fucking hell, man.
And the music video Final Love has taken 5 years to make, and it's still not finished.
That's epic. It makes it. I like the fact that it's cool.
It is about the journey of making the album in a way. It's fucked up.
And Dan, I am your biggest fan because I fucking love your music so much.
Oh, wow.
It's just, oh my god. It's really just. 3 years, man. Fucking hell. Playing along to Dan's music has made me do things that I never thought I could play and use my brain and music to try and fit things, and it's completely developed me, and you know, as a guitarist it's incredible. Cool, man. I'm done! Apart from one solo. I'm done! Dan, let's celebrate. Let's get the vodka. Yeah, life is strange. It's
It's all about achievements, and music for me is achievements. Whenever I record a bit of music, capture a bit of sound, or edit a bit of sound, whether or photo or film, I feel like I've achieved something, because it's very hard to achieve something. I mean, when you live a lifestyle like mine, which, you know, every day, I'm not going to lie, I'm not going to try and exaggerate or ask for all your money or anything, but it sucks, really. I feel ill every day in some way or form. I feel like crap, and I make a really big effort to go out, and I usually come out very late, and that's because it takes me the whole day to prepare. You know, I haven't been for many drives. I've managed to do Brighton again a couple of times. The new album, Chapter 3, is, I've decided, because I jinxed Chapter 2 by writing and singing about how terrible I'm going to be, I decided to try and put a few happier songs in Chapter 3. Tried to see if I could use the same magic to help me. Although, since writing it, I've almost got worse in many ways. So we'll just have to see. Always feel rushed. Everything always feels like, as I say, capturing the moment. Every moment. Always rushed, always rushing. In a way, I work better under pressure, even though I can't handle the pressure. If it's a performance, you know, I say I'll do it, then I'll do it. Well, I don't have much faith in myself. I probably underestimate myself, and it's tough because people tell me that I'm good at music, but people tell people at X Factor that they're good at singing. Were you imagining it the whole time?
Yeah. Well, no, this is the outtakes, the special edition, the DVD, the special thing. Okay.
And we've heard what some of those people are like. You know, look at Onka Judge. Look at, you know, those the outtakes and stuff. Their families and their friends tell them that they should go on X Factor. They tell them they should sing, and they believe them. So I have to consider all the possibilities. It's possible that I suck. It's possible that I'm not as good as I think I am. It's also possible that I'm a lot better than I think I am. I won't lie about it. I know my music isn't for everybody. I know it's quite complex, especially where Chapter 2 is concerned. It's not a sellout album. It's very complicated. And it probably won't be appreciated until I did do something that was a bit easier listening. I think Chapter 3 is a little bit easier listening, but it's still it's a bit more like Chapter 1. It's very valiant, and it's almost very masculine actually. It's like knights in shining armour. It really does sound like war and battles. It's like battle prog opera rock. It's a bit like Nightwish, I guess, although I used to say that of other albums, but they're not. Chapter 2 doesn't sound like Nightwish. Chapter 1 is more influenced by X-Japan and J-Rock in a way. But Chapter 3's, I don't know, we'll see how it goes. This is it, this is how it is. I think the last time I have videoed shitty vocal bits would have been up to 4 years or so ago, because that's how long this album's taken. It's taken over 5 years to record, and it's taken longer to write. I started writing it obviously before I'd even finished Chapter 1. Yeah, I've already started writing Chapter 3. I always think, yeah, it's going to be better, and I come down to it and it's extremely horrible to do. Hate it. Hate producing. I hate mixing, mastering and all that shit. I don't even know what it is. Yeah, it's hard. It's very hard. doing all this. Editing and writing music. Some people, a few people, they think that I have it easy and that I can write music. I can sit down and go, today I'm going to write music. Da 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 da. Oh yeah, good words there. It doesn't work like that at all. I can improvise piano music, but can I remember what I just played? No. Can I duplicate it? No. Can I write it down in score? No, I can't write music. I could record it, but then I've got to listen to it and I've got to get back in the mood. Writing rock music or chapter music is it takes years. Each album so far has taken 5 or 6 years or more each per album, not including how old some of those old MIDI ideas were. Some of the MIDI ideas in chapter 3 could be 10 years old. They could be more, I doubt it though, but they could be up to 10 years old. Little Death was a piano piece written in the mid to late 90s, and it became a rock song. It had other lyrics, but I lost them, so I rewrote it again. Lyrics take years and years to write because I have to get the message across correctly. It has to be accurate. It can't say "baby, you make me crazy" just to fill in a few gaps. It has to tell my story, and to find the words to tell my story is very hard. To tell people how I feel. I can tell people how I feel with piano music a little bit better. And writing chords is fine, it's easy. Writing words is the real challenge. And being able to sing the words, I'm only an average singer. You've got to get it just right. Chris, it's not zoomed in, that's the problem.
Oh, okay.
It's got it's got like a, I'm not even going to go into geek terms.
Here's the Chalcedony. Here's to the guitars.
The guitars. It
Yeah.
took 3 or 4 years to make.
Yeah.
We're trying to look about how much our guy's worth. So this is him on the internet. What's this? There he is, man.
His nose is gone. Get a profile, get a side view. Look, his nose has been
We have our own 1980s, and we thought it was worth a lot, but it's only actually worth about $1.50.
Orlando.
But you said you let him into the supervision.
Chris, this is the first time we've ever played in front of space.
There's no frets, it sucks.
Play the Scorpion King.
What is it? That's it.
Dad's pissed. No, stop it, Dan. I can't handle you when you're like this. It's too much. Dad, turn the fucking camera off. No, I'm joking. Sorry, you can put me if you want. That really fucking hurt.
Say that. It's Australian. Look at that.
No, that's Geordie.
That's what Laurie says. Say that. That really fucking hurt, mate.
She's Australian?
No, she's not. But when she says her, it goes her.
That's because she's Geordie.
No, she's not Geordie. She's Essex. She's Sussex. Say that really hurt, mate.
It takes too long to make these things, these albums. I don't know why I do it sometimes. I haven't sold many. I know, it's not about the money. Yeah, writing the albums is very difficult. And expressing yourself is hard. And it's not easy. You can't just do it every day. It takes years. So, not having good tools doesn't help, computer-wise. The drums are good. It's all top-of-the-line stuff. But the computers that we use, they're all bottom of the line. It's ironic. Maybe I should put my priorities in something else. It's a very strange feeling how there's so much power and emotion and a story in there. But because I'm not famous, because I'm not known to anybody, apart from local friends, people don't have a desire to find out more. They only want to learn about well-known things. They don't want to learn about anything new. And I've learnt that about people. I've learnt that. It's very strange. Apart from the select few, and just a select few people that know what it means. Okay, it's basically, yeah, I get the best mix that we can, and which I think is as perfect as you can on those speakers, my headphones, and then we go downstairs, and then we do the notepad thing, yeah. We talk about it. We come up here. We adjust it. Burn another CD, which is a second CD. We go downstairs again. We then do it again. We then make notes twice. We then burn a third CD. And we listen to it. And if according to schedule, that is the final.
That's a good idea, Dan. I've got an idea to make it even easier.
Yep.
If you put the WAV files on a USB stick, it might work in the Xbox, and then you have to burn CDs.
Oh, but that's pure CD thing.
It won't be the pure. Yeah, you listen to it, Dan. You do a final CD for that, yeah, to make it go through Dad's good stuff. Yeah, but for checking it, the mix, yeah, it will still be CD quality in the Xbox. So basically, the Xbox strikes again. Right, the rest of that.
Chalcedony Chapter 2 was mixed on the Xbox.
It will save CDs.
Finish it. I'm not signed to a label. I made my own label. I don't have any promoters, apart from a couple of people I've paid, but it hasn't always worked out, to be honest, and it's not really done much. I might have sold a couple of albums because of it, but we don't know. So apart from Chris doing the guitars and some editing, I do all of this completely on my own. With all my videos and photos, I edit them and I do everything on my own. I would like to ask for more help in the future. I think I would like to include some friends who are musicians and things like that, and work with people, but obviously I get afraid because it has to be my story, it has to be my vision, because that's what it's all about. But that would be nice to work with people. I don't know if there'll be a chapter 4, probably. If not, then at least you got a trilogy. It always was supposed to be more like a movie. Sometimes I think I just want to get out of the house and not stay in the house as much. And it's actually easier just to go for a ride, but it's been raining a lot lately, so.
Dan, you dedicated the album to me.
Yep, I thought I told you that, yep.
That's a pretty big deal. Here it is, man. This is the product. Took a long time to make. And what's going on with the back cover? Wow. Alternative cover.
My heart is the stone I no longer need to own, for its keeper is much too wonderful, and he'll remain that way forever. Painful were your ways, and so long were the painful days, where you have spoken to the root of my soul. That is life.